we are positioned in the business intelligence domain. The idea is to cover the gap between the industry and the academia by producing industry-ready professionals. So our core is going to be around business intelligence, whether it is human or artificial. So we have one campus, which is based out of CBD Sydney, Haymarket. You can please fetch some information from our website, that is aibi.edu.au. You can also follow us on our social media handles to stay updated about AIBI. Now, like I mentioned, we are focused on the business intelligence domain. So that's how we have built up our vision and mission. We believe technology and intelligence has a big role to play in the future. And that's what we are focused at when it comes to our students. We're trying to deliver them future-ready, industry-ready programs at undergraduate level. Now, this is something very, very important. I feel this is the crux of the entire presentation. What are the competitive advantages of a student or a partner promoting AIBI? The first and the foremost would be our course offerings. AIBI has some unique courses in the segment we are. The private higher education space. We are probably the only private higher education provider to offer a Bachelor of International Business. And our second course, which is Bachelor of Enterprise Management Systems, is a standalone program in Australia. So we are the only providers to offer this course. Now, when it comes to Bachelor of International Business, this program is usually found in public universities, and the pricing can be about 40,000 Australian dollars. So we are giving away the same course with similar inputs, similar outcomes at almost 1/3 of the price. And if I talk about the opportunities for the students will have a lot of client-based projects to do, a lot of industry interface, mentorship, and most importantly, an internship unit attached with both our courses, right? So internships are integral part for both of our programs, Bachelor of International Business and Bachelor of Enterprise Management Systems. Like I mentioned, the location is CBD, so that's always an advantage. Students from the subcontinent, especially India, Nepal, and Sri Lanka for that matter, they look forward to study in Sydney, and we are in the heart of Sydney. The course structure, we follow a 3 terms approach, so that makes life easy for a student to balance their study as well as work life, right? So these are some of the competitive advantages. Just to repeat, our course offerings are unique. Bachelor of Enterprise Management Systems is a standalone course in Australia. Internship is integral part for both the courses, a lot of industry interface. The location is a plus, and of course, the course structure is a 3-term model in a year, which means we have 3 intakes, February, June, and September. So right now we are accepting applications for February as well as June. Moving on, I have a video to share. I believe it will be better if I use YouTube here, just to understand what the business intelligence domain is.
Oh, we can't hear the audio there. You'll have to stop, and then once you share again, there's a option to share the audio. Yeah, on the bottom left. Should.
Yeah.
Perfect.
We
hope it's audible now.
Perfect.
For courses that really focused on business intelligence.
AIBI has good connections with industry and also offers students programs from foundation right through to postgraduate work.
So my name's Phil Cineri. I'm the CEO and Executive Dean of the Australian Institute of Business Intelligence. I've been in the higher education space for some 15 years.
My name is Anne Brewer and I'm a Professor and Dean here at AIBI. And my focus is on academic work, particularly the student experience, learning and teaching.
AIBI has unique courses. We offer a Bachelor in International Business and a Bachelor of Enterprise Management Systems. In fact, that last course is the only one of its kind in Australia.
Everything starts with the student. They're focused on the learning experience and also transforming the careers and lives of students.
And we partner with industry and corporations to provide students with authentic learning experiences throughout their degree, so they get hands-on experience working in real-world companies.
All education institutions in Australia focus on a full range, what we call comprehensive education. AIBI has decided to focus on business intelligence. Business intelligence is critical no matter what sector you work in.
And that's the big difference between us and a lot of other institutions out there. We see this as our niche, our area of strength, where we can make a difference and produce graduates that'll be in high demand by industry.
AIBI wants to ensure that when a student graduates, they're equipped to work and live in the world, that they have a network that they can tap into, regardless of the sector in which they are employed.
Our campus is located in the heart of the Sydney CBD, so you're within walking distance of many large organisations, companies that could potentially take students as interns or even offer paid employment. Aside from being a beautiful and welcoming city, are also a very active business hub, and we're right at the centre of that activity.
Students and the student experience is what motivates us.
That was a quick video from the top management around AIBA. Now let's try to understand what business intelligence as a core is.
Business intelligence.
So much and have a wonderful year ahead.
Business intelligence
sir.
leverages technology and services to transform data into actionable insights that inform an organization's strategic and operational decisions. Business intelligence professionals analyze data and present analytical findings in reports, briefings and dashboards to provide senior management and boards with detailed intelligence about the state of their organizations. The current fourth industrial revolution means that the emerging workforce must be prepared for a future working alongside deep technology like artificial intelligence and augmented reality. Organizations everywhere will adopt advanced digital technologies including artificial intelligence, augmented reality, robotics, the Internet of Things and nanotechnology to improve operations and inform decision-making. These disruptions will spark unprecedented change for workers who will need to upskill regularly throughout their careers in order to stay current and succeed. The world is facing a new digital reality that could require a very different education system to help young people navigate their careers. Research indicates that our current education system, focused on the acquisition of specialized knowledge, will not be fit for purpose in the new industrial age. Education institutions need to achieve a mindset shift around lifelong learning and move toward problem-based learning to better equip students for future challenges in the workplace. At the Australian Institute of Business Intelligence, we are leading the charge by creating new courses designed to meet the business intelligence needs of tomorrow.
Yes, please. I believe these videos will give you a fair idea of where AIBI is trying to position itself. Now, some student which will be very much relevant to all the partners who are present in today's session. Talking about our snapshot of our courses, like I mentioned, we offer 2 undergraduate programs, Bachelor of International Business and Bachelor of Enterprise Management Systems. Both are for 3 years duration and divided into 9 terms. Tuition fee is clocked at 65,000 Australian dollars for 3 years. Of course, we have some exciting scholarships to give away, which I'll talk separately in a slide. And intakes I've already covered. We have February, June, September each year, right? So structuring for both the programs, it's pretty much similar in terms of the cost and the delivery. Now, talking about Bachelor of International Business, we all understand that today businesses have gone seamless, right? And they operate in a different political, social, marketing, legal environment when they think of doing business overseas. So this course will equip the students on the very basic fundamentals on how to scale your business and take it beyond borders, and using technology, understanding of global workspace, the strategic parts, the legal parts, the trade and cooperation parts. So it's a very intensive course when it comes to the international business domain. And some of the considerable outcomes of this program are importer and exporter, international trade coordinator, international business consultant, international human resource manager, or maybe a business development manager like us, or an international management consultant. These are some of the favorable outcomes of this program. The second program that we offer is Bachelor of Enterprise Management Systems. Though it's a business program, but it has also got some IT or technical aspects to it. This course basically talks of the applications of the softwares that the business is using these days or will use in the future or times to come to manage the flow of information within or outside the organization. So of course, we all know the importance of data and how organizations are going to use or are using data to solve the complex problems or for decision making in their business. So like I mentioned, this course covers about 40% of IT contexts, right? And along with that, students will also have an exposure to customer relationship management, supply chain management, and of course, enterprise resource planning. These are all hot topics and definitely gives an edge to an applicant when it comes to their acceptability in the industry. Now, the course outcomes to consider is business analyst, system analyst, management consultant, ICT, information communication technology account manager, or ICT business development manager, or a method analyst. So these are some of the favorable outcomes of Bachelor of Enterprise Management Systems. Like I mentioned, we are the only provider to offer this course in Australia. If I talk about the experiences, we are talking about the student experience here. Of course, we are focused that the student is the center of our system, and we focus on small classrooms with a lot of interaction, internship units, libraries, student support services, counselings, case studies, project works. All this is an integral part of student experience at AIBI. Like I mentioned previously, scholarships, we are giving away some really exciting scholarships, which reduces the financial burden on the students. And if I talk about February, which is our term 1 2022, we are giving away a massive 45% scholarship, which means the students need to only pay about 12,000 Australian dollars a year. Effectively, it's 11,917 Australian dollars a year. So the scholarship is for the entire 3 years of the program, and the COE, of course, will come with the reduced amount. So that's again a big plus for students who are looking forward to commence their learning in February 2022. And when it comes to onshore students, we are also offering 40% scholarship for the February intake. And for any other intakes like June or September are our next intakes, we are giving away a 30% scholarship. So any student who is eligible for our programs and can be accepted at AIBI by default gets this scholarship, right? And then of course there is AIBI's Dean Scholarship, which is again on high distinctions achieved by the students. When the students move onshore, they can get up to 50% scholarship for a semester. AIBI also has some pathways. ACBI, of course, is our own company, sister concern. And there's a long list of colleges where students can get, pathway entry into AIBI's programs. The list is right in front of you. Talking about the applications can be made online or they can be made manually. By visiting our website, you can submit an application online, or if you like to fill a form manually, that can be done and submitted via email. So what we need is, of course, the academic transcripts of the students are required along with the GT or our checklist, GT checklist form, passport copy, and the English proficiency along with the CV. Our offer letter turnaround time is usually very quick. We commit 48 hours, but usually the offer letters are issued within 24 working hours, right? So that's the process for the application. Entry requirements, if I talk about the academic entry requirements, we do accept CBSE, we accept Haryana State Board from India, Punjab State Board, and all other major state boards. And for Nepal, NEB is always there. CBSE, Cambridge, all major boards are duly accepted. We have set some admission criteria, which I will be covering in my coming slides. And student may seek credit of their prior studies if they have a wet diploma or advanced diploma already with them. So these are our admission requirements. In terms of English proficiency, we need an IELTS score of overall 6 with no band less than 5.5. PT score of 50 overall, no skill score less than 42. Cambridge, TOEFL are duly accepted by us. If we find a student with a lower, does not meeting the requirement when it comes to English or academics, we can always look for opportunities for a pathway application with our sister company, which is ACBI. COE deposit, it is 50% of the first year fee or 6,000 AUD, whichever is higher. For example, if you have a student for February intake, so it should be all good at 6,000 Australian dollars for the COE, right? And for onshore applicants, it's 1,000 Australian dollars. Some important information with regards to GTE, like I mentioned, we accept all boards from India, all major boards from India. The requirement is 60% for CBSE and all other central boards. And when it comes to Punjab and Haryana, it's 65%. Overall, no 4 majors. So we consider overall marks. And for Nepal, it is 2.6 for the NEB, right? And the added advantage is we accept students from all different backgrounds, whether it's a science student, a management student, or a humanities background students. All students are eligible for both of our courses. Currently, if I talk from India, we'll be taking applications 2020 onwards. For Nepal, we are still accepting students with a justified gap in case they have appeared their high school in 2019. And of course, we only take single applicants, no married applicants are accepted. A quick glimpse of the financial requirements. Of course, it's going to be 1 year fee, the living, travel, and the health part. Sponsorships can be made by siblings, parents, and grandparents. So first blood relations are preferred. We can accept second blood relations depending on case to case. Agriculture income is accepted, but however, student has to provide the necessary documents like the Form J, Jama Bandi, what we call it in India, valuation report of the land, and the income certificate. Latest income tax returns are required along with the computation. We also accept all A-class commercial banks in India and Nepal in terms of funds as well as for the education loans. For gaps, we always prefer an evidence, and that evidence can be in the form of internship letter if the student has done one, pay slips if it was a paid one for the last 3 months, if the salary was credited into bank account, nothing like it. And of course, a clear justification of activities during the gap period, which has led to the gap in students' profile. So these were the major aspects which we felt we should share with you and will help you in promoting AIBI as a study destination to the students. And if you have any questions, we are here to answer them. And of course, Yes Education is always there to assist you. So thank you very much, Bo.
Thank you, Karanjit, for that presentation. Fantastic. And great to see all of the different requirements there from the different board examinations. Well, very detailed. So gives a really good impression and a good idea of what exactly AIBI is looking for in their students. So yeah, if anyone had any questions for Karanjit or Sylvain, now would be the time to do so. So have a think. And I wanted to ask you, Karanjit, your opinion. What do you think from the South Asian market perspective, particularly from India, Nepal? Why do you think students from that particular era will really benefit at AIBI? What do you think in AIBI in particular? Yeah.
Yeah. See, in the current market sentiment, we all know the market sentiment is a bit challenging, but however, it has started to ease down with some positive news on the border situation. And due to COVID, we have seen that it has had emotional, financial impacts on the students as well as the parents, or the overall community, I should say. So AIBI definitely positions itself as a very affordable, probably we are one of the most affordable private higher education players currently in the market, and the kind of courses we are offering, they are already high in demand, whether it is India, Nepal, or anywhere in the world. because the courses are very niche programs, and it's a skill probably that is the need of today's world and even the future times to come. The kind of courses we have, IT and management is a deadly combination to have. That's what I feel, being myself an commerce graduate. So I think the kind of courses we have, the affordability we have, and the approach we have at AIBI, where we take the student as the center of our system, I think these three are the key differentiating factors and the appealing factors to the agent or the student community that we are looking forward to tap.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, definitely students will find a lot of support at AIBI for sure, and really great support for the South Asia market as well. So Sribata asked about, are you accepting 2019 to 2020 pass out students with proof of gap? And Sylvain said only for Nepal.
Looks a Nepalese question. Yeah, Shribasta, yes, we are taking students with 2019 background from Nepal. We have had some recent success too, but again, we need to look at the individual case. So you can, submit the application for assessment with Yes team, and we'll have you, getting back to you in no time.
Fantastic. A lot of our partners from India and Nepal will often ask us about working opportunities and internships as well, and finding jobs after. So, I mean, looking ahead into the future, in the post-COVID world, what kind of support will AIBI give to students in terms of looking for internships or looking for work?
So both internship is an integral part of both our courses. We allow a mandatory unit of about 150 hours in both the courses. So this internship can be paid or unpaid depending on the opportunity a student gets. And during these 3 years which a student will spend us, we make sure that we tick the right boxes in making him industry ready. And in any case, we are located in one of the hub areas when it comes to different organizations that are going to absorb these students. So we try to equip them with those industry skills so that they are able to fetch a job through our center of service or of their own. So the idea is, I think the wider idea is to give them those skills, to impart those skills which make them industry ready and competent to fetch a job anywhere, not just through us or in Australia, anywhere in the world. So that's the prime focus of AIBI. Yeah. Absolutely.
That's great. Okay. Is there any other questions from anyone at this time? Don't hesitate to ask. Karanjit is here, very experienced, and same with Sylvain as well, who's down in Sydney at this time, preparing for everything to open up really soon. And that's another good news. Australia is looking really great for opening up very soon, this month, in fact. And we're all very positive for next year, semester or term one, semester one intakes all across, particularly the eastern states. And I've even just heard from my colleagues and other people in the industry as well, saying the visa rates are very quick again at this particular time in different markets. So there's really positive signs everywhere across the board for study abroad in Australia. And of course, Australia just recognized Covishield as well from India. So that's another good sign as well that the Australia government is taking proactive steps in allowing students from different regions to come back for those that are fully vaccinated. So plans are still in place. There's still a lot of work that needs to be done to put everything into place. But we know with the recent announcements that we're close. We're getting really, really close now. This year and a half wait is ending soon. We can feel it. So there's really positive signs all around for Australia, and in particular Sydney, which has great vaccination rates already amongst the population. And then it's just about allowing the borders to open and then safely manage the international students so they can quarantine in Australia as well. So we're all looking forward to that information. Of course, us at Yes Education will keep you up to date with all of that information as well. Anything to add, Karanjit or Sylvain, before we finish, perhaps?
Pretty much covered the aspects. Just to add, I see participants predominantly from Nepal and India. I will just suggest that promoting enterprise management system is a great idea because it's a standalone course in Australia, so it makes a strong GT tick box. And the results have been good so far for enterprise management systems. So a lot to write in the SOP as well. And considering Nepal, understanding Nepal market, such courses are always, students are keen to join something which is a hybrid kind of course, which involves management as well as some IT units. So I will strongly suggest all the channel partners to promote enterprise management system more, I will say, considering the student profile, even with somebody from sciences or commerce, even humanities background with mathematics, is suggested to go for the enterprise management systems program.
That's great. Thank you for the suggestion. It's a really good one that you mentioned that. Fantastic. Anything else, Sylvain? Any last words? Anything you want to say in particular for this market?
No, we just look forward to seeing you, or to seeing you like next year, probably when the borders are open.
Great.
As you mentioned, yes, that's changing more or less on a daily basis in the right direction. So we're very excited about early next year for sure. And
yeah, developments are looking good.
Sinovac,
Sure, and it's great timing for AIBI. I think everything's setting up in the right direction.
And Sinovac is also accepted now, recognized by TGA in Australia.
Good point. Good point as well. Yeah. So for those in Nepal that have had Sinovac, there's also Sinopharm that hasn't been recognized just yet, but it's pretty. I think it's pretty clear that will be recognized perhaps in the next week or next month as well. So good news for Nepali students as well. Keen to hear that information. Great. All right. I think if there's nothing else, I think we'll end the webinar there. Thank you, Karanjit and Sylvain, for your support today. And of course, if there's any questions, we'll ask you. And if there's anything else, we'll support your applications for AIBI. As always, Anjana and Niranjan are always here to support your applications for the South Asian market. So thank you everyone for joining today, and happy holidays coming up for those in, there's a big festival coming up in India and Nepal. So hope everyone enjoys their holidays coming up soon as well.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you everyone. Okay. Have a great day. Bye-bye.